Glad that you could join me for another video. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Felicia, and I make mental health and wellness content here on YouTube. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing what I wish I knew in my 20s. As a resident 30 something year old, I think I have a little bit of knowledge that I want to drop and share with you along the way. Of course, I have my handy dandy notes here to keep us on track and so that I don't keep up too much of your time. So let's hop right into it. The number one thing that I wish I knew was to never stop learning. More importantly, that you will never stop learning. I think around the age of 18, I felt like I knew everything that I needed to know, right? And then when I left and went off to college and then to the military, it was like, okay, you don't really know much, right? And that is okay because we are still growing and learning. But around 25, it kind of felt like, okay, I got a little handle on life. I think I know, you know, some things, a lot of things. But as a 30 something year old, now I know, love, and lean into the fact that, baby, I don't even know half of the things that I will know in a year, 2, 10, 15 years from now. And that is okay because as a student of life, we all should strive to never stop learning. The next thing that I wish that I knew was that it's absolutely okay to change your mind. And when I say this, I mean in every avenue of your life, in your career, in your intimate relationships. And I'm going to go a step further to highlight in your sexual relationships. It's always okay to change your mind with your style, with your taste in music or your taste. What's your favorite food, your favorite color? It is always okay to change your mind. I know those are like basic things, but again, using an example of a career trajectory, right? Let's say you have an idea of the career that you want when you're 20, but at 25, you don't want to pursue that anymore. You feel your passions are leading you somewhere else. It is absolutely okay to change your mind and pursue what is going to make you fulfilled in this lifetime. The next thing is going to be open to change and applying what you learn along the way. As students of life, it is our duty to always take what we learn and apply it to enhance our life. Again, as students of this thing called life, it is always our duty to take what we learn, apply it to our life, especially if it is going to enhance our life. And it goes back to never stop learning and knowing that it's okay to change your mind. Because when you have more information, you then have the opportunity to make better and informed decisions. The next thing is relationships, specifically friendships, will change. And it doesn't mean that there's any love lost. And it definitely doesn't mean that the memories, the love, the joy, the good times were in vain or that they didn't matter. As you progress in life, the spots and places that people hold in your life will just change naturally. Sometimes it happens because people grow apart as they mature. Sometimes it happens because you may move to a different geographical location. So many things go into effect when it comes to friendships and relationships. But again, knowing and understanding that it doesn't mean that the love that we shared as friends never mattered at all. If anything, lean into that more and just be like, oh my gosh, you can go back and be like, oh man, I remember this time. And yeah, always have love for that friend and just know that it is a natural season of life. Again, some friendships are seasonal and some friendships are for a lifetime. So, knowing and understanding that will allow you to not like lean too much into the negative of like, well, were we ever friends? And baby, life happens, right? Just do your best to stay connected to the friends that you love and show up for them in ways that you absolutely can, right? And especially in your 20s, lean into those friendships, baby, because when you're in your 30s, you got to pull out the calendar and schedule time to hang out with your friends. Oof, that's like one thing I miss about my 20s, just being able to call up friends and be like, hey, we outside, let's go. But we mature, we grow, our roles in life change, and it's okay because our friendships are still rocking and rolling, and I still very much value and love them, and we gonna get these scheduled times in, right? Okay. The next thing is intimate relationships are so, listen, they are so important. They are so important. The relationships that you are in intimately will shape your life in some way. Whether you are in a toxic relationship and you end up having to carry and process the baggage that come along with those healthy intimate relationships that will allow you to prosper and grow, be careful and mindful of who you are picking to be your intimate partner. Two things that I wish I knew in my 20s, baby, was to truly ask, how does this person make you feel? And do you even really like this person? That's T there. All right. The next thing, I'm not going to harbor on that because if you know, you know. You know, it can be hard to ask those questions, but baby, ask them. Ask yourself. All right. The next thing is discipline over feelings. Always strive to create discipline in your life in every area that matters holistically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, sexually. Having discipline in your 20s will extend to your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and beyond, right? Especially financial discipline. Listen, in your 20s, you think I got my whole life to save. You probably do, but you need to be at least save $5 if you can. If you are in a situation where you are, financially scrapped for money or living, in a tight situation, this doesn't apply to you. We've all been there. And your 20s is definitely like times where that will happen sometimes. But if you are able to have, begin saving, start that savings in your 20s, get that 401k popping in your 20s. Yes, take financial literacy classes. YouTube has so many options. Just learn as much as you can, especially if you come from a background where maybe you weren't taught financial discipline or financial literacy. The next thing that I wish I knew was to wholeheartedly enjoy your 20s and be happy there. It is so easy to want to, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next year. I can't wait to be 25. I can't wait to be 27. I can't wait to be 30. Enjoy your youth because when you're in your 20s, you're still a youth, okay? Your brain is not done marinating until you're about 27, all right? So taking the time to truly enjoy yourself, be young and dumb to an extent, safety first, but make those, take those risks, figure out what you like, really lean into yourself and get to know yourself in your 20s and have fun with yourself, with your friends, with your loved ones. Because when you hit 30, you can still have fun, but again, you got to plan that fun, okay? The next thing and the last thing that I wish I knew in my 20s was that I will always, and so will you always, keep evolving, growing, and changing. And at every step of the way, it is imperative and important to get to know yourself in that realm and to wholeheartedly love yourself. And if there is something that you don't love about yourself in that season, know that you have the power to change because life is about growing, learning, and changing. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments, what do you wish you knew in your 20s if you're a resident 30 something plus year old, or if you're in your 20s now, what's your favorite thing to learn? Until next time, peace, love, and blessings.